What's going on, guys? We have to absolutely take a look at what this monster rally is doing. Okay, so whether you believe that this is going to continue, whether you are unloading your entire portfolio and going short, we've got to break this down. So if we look at what's happening, and right now we're starting off looking at the daily time frame. What we're looking at right now is something nothing short of spectacular. If we look at the double top up here towards, what price is this? 26,353. Okay. If we look at this double top here, we had all of the tensions going on with Iran and Israel, and then you started to see this sell off. Okay. You've seen this sell off, very, very choppy. Now, a lot of people are getting confused. This rally here, this past 12 days, it's a lot, okay? But you have to understand what took you almost 4 months of selling, okay? A lot of people don't understand. We were selling for 4 or 5 months, okay? Whether you want to believe it or not, whether if you took a long trade in the previous 4 months and you made some cash, great. That doesn't mean you're not going to be able to take long trades. But if you look at the high that was put in on January the 28th, and if you go back a little bit more, that was a double top going all the way back to October, November of 2025. So if you look at the year to date, you're talking about 4 months of selling pressure, but realistically, it's much more than that, almost 5, 6 months of actual consolidation, distribution before we finally went lower. And the ceasefire and everything that's going on, potential peace in the Middle East, is making the markets go bananas, right? Now, I'm not saying that we're just going to go straight up from here and not back test anything. That's not what I'm saying. There is going to be a day where the longs are going to get caught with their pants around the ankles and it's going to pull in. It's going to pull in aggressively. Does it mean that we're going to put a new low? I don't know. But we are going to pull back at some point. So just be careful with the way you're trading. The higher and higher that we go, make sure you're sizing down maybe 30, 40, 50% of your normal position size. So for example, when we were down here and we're climbing and we're kind of making these, this recovery here, sure, maybe you're in 70, 80%, 100% of the size that you like to trade. But up here, you need to be a little bit more careful, okay? And in my opinion, I would say between 30 and 50% of your normal position sizing, right? Nothing more than that, okay? Now, getting back into the price action, I do have a Fibonacci retracement level on here from this high, okay? This high, 26,349, all the way down to the low. And the low is 22,961. Where this gets a little sketchy, this is 100% retracement now. Now we have to kind of start looking at the pullbacks are not maybe necessarily to make a new low, but the pullbacks are going to be to continue to grind, consolidate, and start to come out of this and maybe move higher. So what are we looking at? If you look at today's closing candle right here, look at today's closing candle. First candle that's a little bit smaller. You can say that this is somewhat of a pause candle. You can say that this could be the start of a little bit of a reversal. And again, to make myself clear, a reversal candle or a pause candle, a rest candle, does not mean that from here, we're just going to go down and make new lows. Okay. We're not going to just make new lows that simple without a bounce. But if we start to get below today's price action and we start to get below today's channel, you can start looking at 26,180 as your support. So that's about 300, 350 points down below. That's the 5-day moving average, and that's what we're going to look at, and that's what we're going to stand on. That would also be putting us back down inside this channel on the fib from 26,353 down to 25,627. I could see us consolidating in this range, okay? If you are looking to short this market, what you would like to see is a candle, preferably a daily, but depending on how you trade, if you want to use the 1 hour, just understand that you're going to get some chop. If you want to use the 4 hour, it's going to be a little bit stronger, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Preferably, what you would want to see is at least one candlestick that closes back inside that range. If it closes back inside that channel below 26,353, we could potentially be looking at a back test. Now, if we look at that back test, what you're going to want to do is not just get short once we break that price. You're going to want to get that candle to close. You're going to want to see some consolidation. If you want to look at maybe a 5-minute, 15-minute chart, something along those lines, wait for those candles to close below, maybe wait for a little bit of a bounce, starts to pitter patter, gets rejected. Once you take out that low, that closed back inside this range, that's when you're going to want to get short. Okay. And again, just remember, you have the 5, 10, and 20-day and 50-day moving averages. So you're going to want to make sure that if you do go short, you're being mindful of a potential bounce at the 5-day moving average, which is sitting intermediately at 26,180. So if we go back into our hourly chart, let's show you how this looks like. So here's our new high. We're outside of that Fibonacci retracement range. I'm going to continue to leave these channels up until we get some type of back test that holds and then breaks out and puts in a new high. If that happens, then now I can adjust these Fibonacci's and I can, look at new levels. But until that happens, I'm going to leave this on the chart because right now we're at that upper echelon of that resistance, of that supply. So it's do or die here for the bears. If you're going to get this going, you're going to need to get this going pretty quickly, because if you just have a little bit of a retracement and we hold, you're going to see new highs. So what you're looking at here, and this is how I would kind of play this. If we gap down tomorrow, I would be very, very careful and cautious of just going short. A lot of people are going to get trapped because if you see a gap down tomorrow, everyone's going to say, that's it. We're going all the way back down to the lows. I knew it. And you're going to get trapped. If you're looking to short, what you would actually like to see is a flat to a green open at the New York session, a gap up, and then you want to see that get stuffed, typically inside the first 30 minutes to an hour, and then you want to see it start to roll over. Now you can start to use those highs as an area of opportunity to start shorting this market. And again, remember what I said, if we get back below 26,353, then you're going to be able to have that channel to work with, where you're going to have that upper supply and you're going to have that support down here at the 5-day moving average. And you're also going to be looking at and be mindful of today's lows of 26,273. So again, be very, very careful. I'm not saying to not short the market. I'm not saying to not go long. What I'm trying to say is to be careful and understand where we're at. There's a lot more risk right now going long and just holding and walking away from the screens and expecting to come back to another mega day, although it could happen. But there's a lot more risk to the upside than there is to the downside right now, because the risk to the downside is you've got today's highs. If you get back above today's highs and you hold 26,353, well then, hey, you're getting out of the trade, right? But if you get long up here and you just walk away and you think that everything is crimson and clovers, well, guess what? You've got a lot of room down here to at least back test some of this support. So my bias is not necessarily bearish and it's not necessarily too bullish. Now I'm leaning and I'm giving the bulls the continued benefit of the doubt until we close below a previous day's channel. And what that means is until the buyers get tired and until the sellers can regain control by actually getting price action to stick below the previous day low, I'm going to continue to lean into and give the benefit of the doubt to the bulls. So again, what I'm looking at, I would like to see a continuation bounce here. Again, obviously good for my long-term portfolio, but what I would like to see is maybe a little bit of a gap down where you kind of get an early trap of those eager shorts, and then you get that quick reversal maybe off of that 5-day moving average, or hell, maybe even off of 26,353. That would be fantastic. If we gap up, great. I've got some long positions that I can trim, I can take some profits on, but I'm not going to be just jumping in long. I'm going to wait for a pullback, and then we need to find some intermediate supports, maybe on the 1-hour chart or maybe on the 5-minute or the 15-minute to try to scalp, especially for those of you guys who are trading futures and those of you guys who are using prop firms. If you guys have stuck along this long to the video, Thank you. Give me a thumbs up. Also, guys, Apex is 90% off. You can use my discount code DAnthony, get the best available rate at any time Apex is running a sale. The description box down below will have my discount code. It will have my link. Highly appreciate it. It's how we keep the channel going. Again, let me know how you guys have been trading this market. Have you guys had success? Again, if I just zoom out a little bit here, we can use the 1 hour chart. If we just zoom out a little bit, we should be making money to the long side. We should have, right? You had a clear bottoming out process here. Look at what happens once we broke that 23.6% retracement. We shot right up to the 38.2. What happens? We started to chop around a little bit. We gapped down in the overnight pre-market session, quickly trapped those shorts. Look at those eager shorts. Trapped those shorts, ran right back up, consolidated through the overnight, put in that strong open. Again, just going back to what I was saying, if you are opening up green, don't just be so eager to go long. Wait for the pullback. Wait for the pullback and then go long, whether you have to wait a couple of hours, whether you have to wait the next day, because you want to see that break and retest. Okay. And the rally that we've had the past 12, 13, 14 days has been nothing short of amazing break and retest. Look at the break, look at the retest. Look at the break, look at the retest. Look at the break, look at the retest. Break, retest. Break, no retest here yet. Break, and now we're retesting. So again, if we start to close below today's lows, because we never retested the 78.6, I would say that first wave that's going to catch a lot of buyers with their pants around the ankles is going to be a sharp decline through the 5-day moving average, which is just essentially kind of letting you know who controls the days of price action. Right now, we're above the 5-day moving average. Buyers are still in control. But once we start to lose that 5-day moving average, you can see a sharp decline down here to 25,627. That should be your first intermediate target if you do want to go short. Okay, so write that down: 25,600, 25,650. That should be where you want to target through today's lows. Below, make sure we are below the 5-day moving average. Don't just start shorting here and say, hey, well, I seen a video on YouTube and this guy was talking about short because we're going down to 25,000. That's not what I'm saying. Only if we lose the prior day's lows and we start to give up that 5-day moving average, then maybe we can say there's a little bit of a pullback, consolidation, distribution into 25,627. This was the only level that really wasn't broken and retested like all of the other levels. So again, below that, then you would be looking at 25,000 even, and then so forth and so forth. But right now, we've got to give a lot of credit to the bulls. This is amazing rally. Again, I don't care if you believe it. I don't care if you've been shorting the whole way up and just been losing your ass. If you've made money, congratulations. We have to take the day by day for what it is. Okay. We cannot sit here and try to predict on what's going to happen economically, geopolitically, and with these candlesticks, right? Have an open mind. Make sure you are trading the proper size, and that way you can try to take advantage of these moves. Again, because if you were just kind of following what's going on, once we started to reclaim that 20 and 50-day moving average, things started to get really aggressive. So coming off of the floor, big bounce, consolidation for a few days, reclaim of the 20 and 50-day moving averages, and then we've just been absolutely on a tear. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see all of you guys on the next one.